Waste not, want not. President Trump's budget cuts aimed at shrinking the massive increases in the agency spending of bloated Obama government. Joining me now to break it all down is the president of Citizens Against Government Waste, Tom Schatz. Tom, you know, one of the great stats out there, they're talking about the cuts to agriculture. And if you bother to go back and look at how much President Obama expanded the government, all Donald Trump did was wipe out that expansion. So they were back where they started. They're not actually down in any sense. What do you think about that? Do a lot of cuts follow that pattern?
A lot of these proposals have been around for many years. They were in President Bush's budget, some cases both Presidents Bush. Yes, a lot of this goes back to 2008 levels of spending, which seemed perfectly fine at the time. There's been an explosion of spending under President Obama, and everybody is getting hysterical that some of these programs are under the gun, but they need to be because they're wasteful and have been wasteful for many years. Yeah,
they were unapologetic at the press conference. In fact, Mick Mulvaney was making the point, they were saying that they're cutting the community development block grants and things like Meals on Wheels are going away. And he made the point, first of all, Meals on Wheels is not a federal program. It's funded by someone else. So this is additive money. And at the same time, your group found that within that group, for example, there's tons of waste within the community development block grants, like in Los Angeles, where they handed out $24 million to a dairy that immediately went bust then in just over a year.
It's not targeted, and in this case, even President Obama said that the outcomes are not measured well and the money is being wasted. He didn't say get rid of the whole thing, but he did say to cut it back. So this is time, the right time, to start getting rid of these programs. The Republicans have had them in their budget proposals for many years. Now they have control of the House and Senate, the White House. Time to get rid of this stuff.
So do you think that it really goes away? Because I feel like every year we see the report about the shrimp on the treadmill and all the waste. You know, President Trump is somebody who would, there's the shrimp. President Trump is somebody who would never, ever put up with that in his own business. And when you heard from the OMB director, he seemed to have the same no-nonsense attitude. He kept saying, and I almost started to weep, you know, we view this as a waste of your money, your taxpayer money. Do you feel like this may finally be the time we start cutting some of this ridiculousness?
Well, it's not a shrimpy budget, it's a thin budget, but the president is going after the big fish, the Appalachian Regional Commission, $95 million, National Endowment for the Arts and Humanities, total of $335 million. Economic Development Administration, which President Reagan tried to get rid of, $221 million, and the Essential Air Service, $175 million. Just a few examples of dozens and dozens of programs contained in Citizens Against Government Waste's Prime Cuts book and the Congressional Pig book, stuff we've been talking about for years, and it's time to get rid of it.
Yeah, I know it doesn't make a huge difference until you go after the entitlements, but there's no excuse for this other stuff, even though it's small by comparison. No, it's all a waste. Thank you for bringing so much of it to light. We really appreciate what you do. Tom Schatz, thank you.
Thank you.